For years, Tommy Robinson has faced immense criticism for exposing one of the UK's darkest scandals, the grooming gang crisis. Despite being mocked, vilified, and labeled as a far-right extremist, his relentless pursuit of justice has finally been vindicated. Explosive new revelations have emerged, unveiling the shocking scale of the grooming gang scandal and the deliberate institutional cover-ups that protected the perpetrators. But now, a surprising and powerful voice has joined Robinson's cause. Billionaire and free speech advocate Elon Musk has publicly supported Robinson, demanding his immediate release and questioning why a man exposing such truths is being punished. This bold move has sent shockwaves across political and social spheres, reigniting the conversation about free speech, justice, and accountability in the UK. In today's video, we'll uncover the shocking details of the grooming gang cover-up, examine Musk's role in this unfolding story, and explore whether this could lead to a major shift in UK politics. Stay tuned as we dive deep into these issues and discuss whether this newfound support could mark a turning point in the fight for justice. Tommy Robinson's journey to expose the horrifying grooming gang scandal is one of resilience, controversy, and relentless determination. Over the years, Robinson has stood as a lone voice against systemic failures that allowed these crimes to persist. Yet, instead of being lauded for his courage, he was vilified, ostracized, and even imprisoned under severe conditions, an ordeal usually reserved for dangerous offenders. The grooming gang crisis represents one of the UK's most significant institutional failings. Vulnerable young girls were exploited, and those responsible for their protection, law enforcement, local councils, and even politicians, turned a blind eye. Robinson took it upon himself to expose these injustices, but his efforts were met with disdain as powerful institutions worked to silence him. Now, recent revelations have proven Robinson right. Explosive details have confirmed the scale of the scandal and exposed deliberate cover-ups by those in authority. Adding a new dimension to this saga is Elon Musk, a billionaire known for championing free speech and challenging the status quo. Musk's vocal support for Robinson has amplified his cause, sparking debates about justice, accountability, and political correctness. In this video, we'll delve into Robinson's fight for justice, Musk's involvement, and the potential impact on UK politics. We'll also explore whether this moment could lead to a reconciliation between Robinson's movement and Reform UK, a party that shares many of his values but has distanced itself from him. The grooming gang scandal, a crisis of justice. The grooming gang crisis is a dark chapter in the UK's history. For decades, vulnerable young girls were targeted by organized groups who exploited, abused, and trafficked them. What makes this tragedy even more shocking is the institutional failure to act. Police forces, local councils, and even government officials turned a blind eye to the abuse, prioritizing political correctness over the safety of innocent lives. Robinson's investigations into this crisis began when he realized the extent of the problem in towns like Rotherham, Rochdale, and Telford. Despite facing threats, harassment, and legal battles, Robinson dedicated himself to giving a voice to the victims. His documentaries, including The Rape of Britain, brought the harrowing stories of survivors to light. However, instead of addressing the issue, the establishment branded Robinson as a far-right agitator. Mainstream media vilified him, and his efforts were dismissed as divisive. But with recent revelations confirming the cover-ups, it's clear that Robinson's warnings were not only accurate, but also vital to understanding the depth of this crisis. Elon Musk's role in amplifying Robinson's cause. Elon Musk's involvement in Robinson's fight has added a new layer of complexity to the situation. Musk, known for his unfiltered opinions and commitment to free speech, recently retweeted Robinson's documentary and called for his immediate release. In a series of tweets, Musk questioned why the UK justice system continues to punish someone exposing the truth while allowing institutional failures to go unchallenged. Musk's critique extended to political leaders, including Prime Minister Kemi Badenoch, for their role in perpetuating these systemic failures. His public support for Robinson has reignited discussions about free speech, justice, and the accountability of those in power. By leveraging his global platform, Musk has amplified Robinson's cause, reaching audiences far beyond the UK. Reform UK's stance in the growing rift. Despite sharing values like justice reform and government accountability, Reform UK has distanced itself from Robinson. Figures like Nigel Farage and Richard Tye have publicly rejected any association with him, fearing that his divisive reputation could alienate moderate supporters. This reluctance has frustrated Robinson's backers, who see Reform UK as a natural ally in the fight against institutional failings. Elon Musk's endorsement has brought this rift into sharper focus. Could Musk's influence bridge the gap between Robinson's movement and Reform UK? If the party were to embrace Robinson's cause, it could unite two powerful forces advocating for change. However, the risks of alienating moderate supporters and sparking controversy remain significant. The political implications of Musk's involvement. Musk's entry into UK politics has introduced a new dynamic. His support for Robinson has not only highlighted systemic failures, but also challenged the traditional political structures that allowed these atrocities to persist. By siding with Robinson, Musk has sent a clear message. The fight for justice and free speech transcends political correctness. This bold stance has the potential to galvanize a broader movement. If Reform UK were to align with Robinson's cause, it could create a formidable coalition advocating for justice, accountability, and systemic reform. However, the road to such an alliance is fraught with challenges, including navigating public perception and addressing internal divisions. The support of Elon Musk has added a powerful voice to Tommy Robinson's fight for justice. By amplifying Robinson's efforts and calling out systemic failures, Musk has reignited the conversation about free speech, accountability, and the role of political leadership. The question now is whether this newfound momentum can lead to meaningful change. Could Musk's influence bridge the divide between Reform UK and Robinson's movement? Will this moment mark a turning point in the fight against institutional cover-ups? The turning point of truth in a dramatic twist, the fight for justice has reached a boiling point. Elon Musk's unexpected support for Tommy Robinson has turned this into a global debate, shaking the very foundations of the UK's political and judicial systems. The billionaire's fearless critique of institutional cover-ups has set the stage for a confrontation like never before. A battle between those who demand accountability and those who want to maintain the status quo. What makes this moment so pivotal is not just the scale of the revelations, but the sheer audacity of the cover-ups. Documents leaked to investigative journalists have exposed how authorities systematically ignored or buried evidence of grooming gangs to avoid being accused of racism. These new findings are not just embarrassing, they are damning. They reveal a web of deceit that extends from local councils to the highest echelons of government. Amid this storm, Tommy Robinson's supporters have grown louder, emboldened. Please share your thought in comments. We'll see you in next video.